vlog056, I think. It's Monday, September 26th, 2023. It's almost 7 p.m. That's the bay, that's the Golden Gate Bridge. So I was about to go back to the hostel, and then I had an internal debate about doing this vlog, about thinking about what do I feel is important to meditate on and reflect on and contemplate on now. A couple of things came to mind. One of them is mindset and prayer. What does prayer mean? I think it means many things to different people, different things to different people. And I had a discussion with this person at the hostel, this 86-year-old man that's been traveling the world for the last 11 years, and with his torn up Bibles, and he was talking about prayer. I was asking him, how do you pray? He didn't really have a good answer at first, and then he came back and he's like, okay, that's a good question, I have a better answer. And I think the point is, I think the prayer, in what I would like to use it for, I think it's a tool that you can use for repeating to yourself what is your mindset, who you are, and what you're here for, and maybe setting out an intention to the universe of what you want. And I don't pray in that sense, but maybe I would start, because I just was sitting there. I just took a nap under a palm tree over there, and I was just thinking okay, I just need to recharge and reconnect, because I felt so unable to work, because my mind was just exhausted, and maybe I had a caffeine crash. And so anyway, I had the sense of reconnecting with myself, and then felt like I was returning to a sense of, I was really meditating about how indeed I need to be laser focused on my life. Right now it's critical to be actually making this happen. It's been already 2 years that I've abandoned the career path of a full-time employee developer, and I'm finding the path of somebody that's making their own path, it's making their own business and livelihood. There's the Bay Bridge, and it doesn't feel like it has settled in. Doesn't feel so what came to mind was times in my life where I was laser focused, and I was able to accomplish something very difficult that took many months and years of work. And there was this real doggedness and stubbornness and this concentration and mindset that was focused. And because your mind goes off, chases other things, the monkey mind, every day, and you forget what you're supposed to be doing. and what you're about and what you're pursuing. So that's why the prayer can be a powerful tool. You're reminding yourself what you're about and what you're doing. Not only that, okay, not only prayer, but it can be conversations, it can be vlogs, it can be journals, it can be affirmations. It's you. It can be conversations with people. It's you strengthening the web of connections in your mind about what you're trying to solve, what you're trying to build, where you're trying to go. This narrative against the backdrop of chaos and incoherence. You're trying to weave this web of meaning and connections, associations, patterns, goals, basically. You have as an agent, you have a big goal, and then you break it up into smaller goals and you pursue those. And now, is it that I'm pursuing? For me, as this agent that's speaking to a camera publicly into the void, what is my goal and purpose? It is right now, today, it is to finish this task that I set for myself of integrating a subscription ability on this web application that I have. And it's exciting because it's challenging and it's rewarding and it's a puzzle and I love doing it. It's so amazing. And what I need to succeed in that, so that's the immediate today's goal. And of course, there are other distractions like, I want to go on a long hike through the park. Or, I want to go talk to some girls and go to somewhere like a bar or something where I could go and talk to girls. And other distractions. But the point is, like, point is to be aware of the process that you're in, where you're going, be aware of your thinking and your goals. And so that's my goal for today. And the larger goal is to have a sustainable business, a business that is able to sustain my living organism that needs food and water and shelter, and it has to perform some kind of functions in order to be part of this larger group of other agents, in order to provide some value to them in exchange for some reward tokens that then will feed me and clothe me and allow me to live one more day. And so my larger mission is to use my intelligence to find out how I can use my skills to provide some service to the larger meta-organism, the meta-web of agents. And here I am. I just bought another week, paid for another week at this hostel, and it's costing me $250 That's about $1,000 per month for living expenses, and it's a 6-person dorm, so it's not great, but I mean it's not the worst. So I'm applying for other housing, but it's already 10 minutes, so getting to the point. I think the point is be clear about your thinking and improve it. Alright, so I just went through the 3-day buildspace event and have to gather myself. That was intensely packed with interactions that are mind-blowing, and it's what do I do now? Oh, they were so good, so many interesting people that are doing interesting things, and many of them related, and many of them highly skilled technically, and many things that they have to teach me. And at the same time, I know my skills are quite sufficient to be able to create something really valuable and creative and beautiful and valuable. So I'm not talking about it in that sense. I'm talking about it in the sense this is really great. It's not a zero-sum game. So anyway, the point is, that's the clarity of thinking about what I'm doing right now. The prayer is the getting your mindset straight. And so the guy talked a lot about doing everything for God, the creator of the universe and creator of everything that is, and putting yourself out of the picture as this operation that wants to be a good part of the whole for its creator. And that's an interesting topic. I didn't contemplate that too much. I didn't go in deeply, but that's very worthwhile. And for now, I think the most interesting thing is the idea of resetting your mind, returning to the purpose and goal through repetition and meditations.